Hey guys, hope you're having a great Wednesday. My name is Jason Miller. I'm an insurance agent with Second State Insurance here in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. And this is going to be the first in a series of short videos I do every Wednesday to help you understand your insurance coverages. There are a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of things that people just don't know. We were never taught, and it's important that you know these things. So I'm happy to help, look over your policies, whether it be life insurance, homeowners insurance, motorcycle, auto, you name it. I'm happy to give you an opinion on your coverages, but I think it's important you know what coverages you have, what they mean, how much they cost, and maybe what's not covered. Those are very, very important things. So today I was going to start with something called a declarations page. A declarations page is probably the single most important document your insurance company gives to you, the consumer. And it outlines all the coverages that you currently have, what they cost, what is covered, what is not covered, what options you may have that you haven't chosen. So all those things are very, very important. Today, I'm going to start with your automobile declarations page because most of us have auto insurance. So I want to go over the coverages kind of just line by line. I hope you'll take 3 to 5 minutes with me every week to learn something. Hopefully this video goes well. If you have anything you want me to cover in the future, please comment. I'm happy to do it. And I think it's important that you become an educated consumer. So we're going to start actually just going over my declarations page for my truck. Sorry for the production values. I am not a video guy by any stretch of the imagination. But we're going to get through this together. Okay. So we're going to start by looking at my declarations page, and I'm going to go through it line by line. Yours is going to look basically the same depending on your carrier. They do look a little bit different, but all the same information is on there no matter who you have for insurance. Okay. So let's take a look at that. If I can figure out how to move this to the front camera. There you go. Okay. So the first thing you're going to see on most declarations page is something called bodily injury. Bodily injury, it says $250,000 each person and $500,000 each accident. And what that basically means is if you're at fault in an accident, it will cover the person that you may be injured in the other vehicle for $250,000 for each person. That's the maximum payout per person, or $500,000 per accident. The $500,000, let's say you have 4 people in the car. It'll pay up to $250 per person, but only a $500 total for each accident. Now, below that is something called property damage. As you can imagine, that means if you veer off the road and you hit a house, you hit a utility pole, you hit another vehicle, that's how much I have to cover damage to the other person's property. In the state of Pennsylvania, and guys, this is important that I am just talking, this is important. I am just talking about Pennsylvania here because it could be different in your state. But the $250,000 each person in Pennsylvania, the state minimum is $15,000 or $30,000 per accident and $5,000 property damage. As you can imagine, that doesn't cover very much these days. I do not suggest those coverages unless you are really, really struggling on your budget. It doesn't cost that much more to get some more insurance. So it really doesn't. This is why you have uninsured and underinsured motorist bodily injury. You see that below there. 100,000, 300,000 are my coverages. That way, if you're riding around with 15,000 and 30,000 and you hit me, I have an additional 100,000 per person or 300,000 to cover myself and my passengers in my car. Then below that, you have comprehensive and collision. Some people call this full coverage. Full coverage is just a generic term that means you have both comprehensive and collision coverage. Comprehensive is other than collision, which means if I hit a deer, a tree falls on my car, a rock comes off of somebody else's tire and damages my car. That's comprehensive. So most people have a lower comprehensive deductible than collision deductible because it's a more common incident. So I have a $250 comprehensive deductible, and collision is exactly what it sounds like. That deductible is $500. So if I'm at fault in an accident, I have $500 comes out of my pocket before they'll repair my car. In Pennsylvania, you can choose whether to have full or limited tort, where you see these first-party benefits coverage. So anytime it says first-party benefits, you are the first party. The person that owns the insurance policy is the first party. So I have full tort. The difference between limited and full tort is limited tort does not allow you to sue for pain and suffering in something other than a life-changing accident. So if I were rear-ended and my neck hurt, and I wanted to sue you for pain and suffering with limited tort, I would not be able to do that. I choose full tort. So you see that there is a charge for that, though, in Pennsylvania. Some states do not have a tort designation. Additional first-party benefits, increased medical expenses. So that would cover myself or anybody in my car to help pay your co-pays in case of an accident. I do have income loss, so if for any reason I can't work because of an auto accident, a covered auto accident, I should say, I have $2,500 per month up to $50,000. I have $2,500 to cover my funeral expenses if I passed away in a covered accident. And accidental death, if I died in a car accident for some reason, this is $5,000 that will go to my beneficiary. And then below that, you're going to see that I have extended transportation expenses, which is basically just rental car coverage if my car's in the shop getting body work done from a covered accident. Personal property, most insurance policies will allow some money there for personal property. So if something was in my car and got damaged. And then I have roadside assistance as well. So that's a breakdown of what your coverages mean. If you have any additional questions, like I said, I'm not a video guy. This is my first video. So if you have any additional questions that I haven't answered for you, please feel free to reach out. But I'm going to turn this camera back around here. My contact information, my phone number, my direct phone number is 412-356-9221. And you can email me at jason@secondstateinsurance.com. That's JAYSON at 2ndstateinsurance.com. And I'm happy to look over any policy you have with anybody else. Always happy to get you quotes if that's something you want to do. We are a brokerage, so I have 11 different insurance companies that I quote through on a regular basis. It's a big advantage to an agent that maybe just has one company that they can write insurance through. So always happy to help you. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and please reach out to me with any questions. Thank you very much. Bye.